Since late 2022, Brazilians have been subject to grave human rights violations committed by Brazilian officials on a vast scale. Documented right violations in Brazil include the political abuse of legal procedures to persecute political opposition, including jailing opposition figures on spurious charges, violations of freedom of speech and media freedom, including persecution of journalists, the silencing of opposition media, banning individuals from social media, thinly veiled censorship laws claiming to fight disinformation, and many violations of rule of law. The government of Brazil has pursued Brazilian journalists and political opponents in the United States of America as well. It has used Interpol, red notices, social intimidation, threats of legal action and extradition, and according to one credible victim of transnational repression, has sought to use the FBI as a carrier or conduit to its intimidation. Now, this has been carried out with assistance from the Electoral Tribunal's Special Advisory to Combat Disinformation. It acts as a ministry of truth, so-called. In fact, the crackdown is largely in the name of one man, Brazilian Supreme Court Justice Alexander de Moraes. In late January of 2023, the New York Times reported, referring to Moraes, quote, this is from the New York Times, using a broad interpretation of the court's powers, he has pushed to investigate and prosecute, as well as to silence on social media, anyone he deems a menace to Brazil's institutions. He has jailed people without trial for posting threats on social media, helped sentence a sitting congressman to nearly 9 years in prison for threatening the court, ordered raids on businessmen with little evidence of wrongdoing, suspended an elected governor from his job, and unilaterally blocked dozens of accounts and thousands of posts on social media with virtually no transparency or room for appeal. And that's the New York Times article.